Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes and hockey fans alike. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello everybody, we're going to be starting a new preview here, and it's going to be for the Florida Panthers. Before I start, I just wanted to say in my last video for the Oilers, I forgot to mention Tyson Barrie. I apologize for that. I don't know why, some reason it just slipped my mind. I guess it just slipped through the cracks with his one-year deal. But with that being said, I also wanted to say that today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, I'm going to have preview videos coming out. So make sure to watch those and like the videos. And then if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And then also, there is by the subscribe button, there's a bell that you can get notified when my videos come out. If you'd like to hit that, please do so you can watch it right away. That helps me out. And then obviously you get to see it, right when it comes out. Now, let's move on into our questions. The first question, can Sergei Bobrovsky bounce back from his horrendous season? Sergei Bobrovsky was my favorite player of all time for the Blue Jackets, and let's be honest, he left Columbus to pursue brighter, sunnier pastures down in Florida. He ended up signing a 7-year, $70 million deal, and is now the second highest paid goalie in the league behind Carey Price. He then proceeded to have definitely his worst season ever as a starter. Let's take a look back at those stats. 23-19-6 record, 3.23 goals against average, a .900 save percentage with 1 shutout. His worst season besides that as a starter came in the 2015-16 season when he posted a stat line of 15-9-1, 2.75 goals against average, a .908 save percentage with 1 shutout. The Panthers signed him because he was coming off a very good 2018-19 season, especially in the playoffs, and it appeared that the Panthers were looking to contend. They were coming off an 86-point season with absolutely terrible goaltending. They were 28th in the league for goals allowed, so obviously they were giving up an atrocious amount of goals. Sergei obviously came in and was expected to be the guy, like he was in Columbus, and based off last season, we can just see that's not the case. But, things could really get even worse here. Bob still has 6 years and $60 million left on his deal. And really, it's not until the 2024-25 season I could see them buying him out, as his base salary that year will be $5 million, and then his signing bonus will be $1.5 million. So he'd only be getting $6.5 million that year. COVID certainly doesn't make things easier to unload him. Obviously right now, with the state of the league, a lot of teams are right up against the cap, or at the cap, or even over the cap. It's just not an ideal time to be in a position where you're handing out bad contracts because they're really going to bite you in the butt now. And this Sergei Bobrovsky contract is an example of that. Now, luckily, Chris Drieger played well last year as a backup, so if things go poorly, he can bail them out. Sorry, I just got something in my throat. But if things go poorly, he can bail them out. Hopefully, I don't know, the sample size was pretty small, but we'll see. Now, the second question is, does the Duclair signing mean Hoffman's not coming back? First off, I just want to say that the Florida Panthers, that is, are just like bringing in Blue Jackets players galore. Obviously, Duclair played for the Blue Jackets, Nudavara, Murray, Bob. I don't know, I think they just see the success we have in the regular season and say we'd at least like that. I just want to say also that I never, ever wanted us to get rid of Anthony Duclair or Sonny Milano. We always struggled to score goals, and both of those moves to get them out of Columbus just never made sense to me, but in Torts we trust. I'm not going to say that, he can never do any wrong, because obviously everybody does a little bit wrong, but, Torts is one of the greatest coaches in the NHL currently, so obviously I'm not going to go too hard on it. Also, why in the world did Ottawa not re-sign Duclair? They easily could have paid the same amount that the Panthers offered Duclair. Duclair signed a 1-year, $1.7 million contract after he put up a career-high 23 goals in 66 games played. With the signing, I think it pretty much puts to bed the thought of the Panthers re-signing Hoffman. Hoffman, who is a better player, was just too expensive for the Panthers, and they wanted to cut costs due to COVID, and then I think management wasn't thrilled about being right up on the cap and not making the playoffs, for the past few years. So I think they wanted to cut costs and then see if they could improve, which is very hard to do. They made this move because it was a cheap deal with positive value to the team, while also they can see what can Duclair do? Because Ottawa was the only opportunity that he got, in a significant bump in ice time. He played about 16 and a half minutes. And Duclair showed that he's got some offensive upside. While he won't provide as much offense as Hoffman on the power play, Florida's hoping he can grow from last year and provide cheap scoring, which he will. I mean, $1.7 million, that's a steal right there. I could see him having as many points as Hoffman if, this is an if, and this would be maybe, if he played on the first line with Jonathan Huberdeau and Alexander Barkov. But I don't think that'll happen. Owen Tippett, their 2017 first-round pick, is slated to play on the first line with them, according to Daily Faceoff. And I could see them doing that for a good chunk of this year, maybe the whole year, to boost Tippett's confidence, protect him by taking off the offensive pressure when you have Huberdeau and Barkov obviously there to help him out. I expect Duclair to be on the second or third line. I don't know. Hornquist obviously is on the second line currently, but who knows what they're going to do with this. But yeah, second or third line, he'll absolutely be there. First line, I think it could really be something special for them. And then, number 3, if the Panthers don't make the playoffs this year, does Joel Quenneville get the boot? Coach Q is obviously one of the greatest coaches of all time. He has got 3 Stanley Cups. He's second all-time in wins and games coached in NHL history, behind the great Scotty Bowman. I actually have a book on Scotty Bowman I'm reading right now. It's pretty good. I'm not very far into it at all, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's been very good so far. His credentials are amazing. He's had some good teams and some great teams in St. Louis, Colorado, and obviously Chicago. Without Coach Q, I'm not sure the Hawks win all 3 Stanley Cups. It just seems like he was the right fit for the team and the city. He was able to handle the pressure of Chicago, a big market Original Six team, that started to build these expectations with their talented core. And, it always seemed like he pushed the right buttons. However, he's in a totally different market in Florida. This is not a hockey-crazed market bursting with talent. Nothing against Florida Panthers fans. I am sure, actually I do know, that there are some great Florida Panthers fans out there. The problem is with the lack of success the team's had, the support's not there. And I think that deals also the fact that Miami, there's a lot of issues that cause the stadium to not be as full. And really, if you play in Florida, you're going to have success in order to fill up the stadiums. Florida's going to have to figure that out. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen. But yes, obviously this is a different market. But again, Florida Panthers fans, there's some great ones out there. Majority probably are. I don't think that they'll make the playoffs for quite a few years. And I really hate to say this, but I think Coach Q will get fired. But I don't think it's going to be his fault. I think a lot of it has to do with them being in the Atlantic Division. You have Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto. And, let's be honest here, you've got 8 spots in your conference that are available for playoff spots. So those right there are pretty much kiss goodbye for the next few years, those 3. And then the Metropolitan Division has got 7 teams that you could argue could make the playoffs in a year. And obviously there's some other teams in the Atlantic that are trying to make a push. And so I think that they're not going to make the playoffs for the next few years. I don't think that Quenneville will be the issue at all. But within a few seasons, I think that the Panthers will fire him because the organization always needs a scapegoat, and they're always going to have somebody that can, take the blame and, take some of the pressure off the organization. When really, I think Coach Q, he did pretty well with what he had. This team's obviously got a lot of flaws. They've got a lot of potential too, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. This is going to wrap up the video. Obviously, if you're a Florida Panthers fan, tell me if you think you're going to make the playoffs or not. And then if you're not a Florida Panthers fan, but you want to chime in, tell me if you think they'll make the playoffs as well. Everybody, enjoy this Sunday. I will see you tomorrow, Monday. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe. Everybody stay safe from COVID. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans in general. This is your captain signing off. Have a great week.